Hi, this is Krista Lay.
And I'm Craig Aarons Martin.
We're the co-hosts of the SEL in EDU podcast.
Proud member of the Education Podcast Network.
Each show on the network is independently owned, and the views expressed may not represent those of other podcasts.
For the best education podcast, visit edupodcastnetwork.com.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology, and instructional coach for my district.
And I'm her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin. And without podcasting, I'd just be a caricature of myself. You know, we're talking cartoons and
We are.
avatars.
I was thinking about caricatures at like the fair
Oh, yeah.
or at like.
There's a guy in our area named Rex, and Rex draws people, and he's been doing it since I moved to town to be on the radio back in 2000. He's still it's caricatures by Rex.
That's super
fun. He's been doing it ever since, and I don't know, he must be like only a few years older than I am.
Nice.
And he
does it.
I was going to go with an Avatar reference and say, I see you. I see you. But I don't know if people would have recognized or got that. So
nice.
Which was, by the way, the first movie that we saw together as a couple when we were dating was Avatar.
It is.
Back in 2010.
It was our second date. So anywho, if you have not figured it out, episode 185 is about like cartoonizing things, avataring things, creating caricatures of yourself or caricatures of stories. This came up because it was a question this week from one of my staff members. It was like, hey, I need a cool avatar maker and I have all of these, but we're looking specifically for a ballerina.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, well, here's all the tools I know. You know what? We never actually found a ballerina.
Uh-oh.
We found a ballerina, but that was not a children's appropriate type of avatar creator. So we wung it, and instead we used a tank top and a skirt, and it worked out just great. So we're going to talk about two different sites that can create cartoon type characters. I know avatars have been around forever, but more or less it's a great way for students to kind of create an image of themselves, but not use real pictures, because a lot of times we don't want real images of kids in school, or if they're creating a character. Or a lot of our kids at this end of the year, they're doing projects and they're presenting research on real life people that they've, done biographies for, or they've done like little wax museums. They do all kinds of research. And so they need different pictures of people in cartoons and things like that. So it's a fun way for them to create at the end of the school year, and we'll keep them busy. So our first one is called, the site is different than the name because the site has been around for a while. It's cartoonize.net. So cartoonize.net. We're looking specifically at the avatar maker, but the website itself has changed its name. It's Color Cinch now because they have a lot of cool AI stuff, which will be a whole nother episode. So we're not going to talk about their AI because they have a lot of stuff. We're talking specifically about their avatar maker today. So if you go to cartoonize.net/avatar maker, or if you go to the Color Cinch site, you click on tools and then you're like, oh, hey, they have 50 plus tech tools that can create cool stuff. Under social media, you will see the avatar maker. It's very easy to use. Create your own avatar with your little free avatar maker. It takes like 5 seconds and kids can play around with it. Our youngest is entertained for the next 25 minutes with this. So you can get started. You choose a profile and you pick and you get a little face. And then from there, you can choose your face shape. So if you want to be you, you can. But if you want to be anybody you want to be, you can be anything. And you choose your face shape. You can choose your mouth shape. You can change all the colors. So today, my person is going to have teal colored lips. I'm going to have an oval shaped face. I'm going to have a very pointy nose. My ears are also going to be pointy. And then you can choose eyes. So eye color, eye shape. All of those type things. And then you can choose your iris within your eye. You can choose your eyebrows. You can choose glasses. I mean, I'm creating as we go today. You can have cool hair. You can have all different colors and shapes and sizes. You can choose clothing. It's just like a shoulder up kind of view of this like person. And then you can choose your cool background and then change all those colors as you want to. And your face, you can also choose a variety of colors and shapes. So you have all of these different options. They also have a color wheel. So this is something to note while you're looking at the site and the kids are clicking around. If they want to have green skin, they absolutely can. You just choose the circle and then it gives you the full color wheel. So I just made myself have green skin.
Oh,
Ta-da!
yeah,
So that's kind of cool. So if they're creating a story background, if they want to create a cool magic type character or mystery type character or a character in costume, or maybe there's some sort of cool spy. Anyway, you get the idea. They can create and make all kinds of cool things. So I have a green person with purple, teal lips, glasses, and cool spiky hair and a turtleneck. Yay. So it's a very fast avatar maker. Kids can play around with it. They can create all the things because we know how they love these. And this one doesn't have so many details that they're going to get lost really quick. They can really crank them out. Like you could probably crank out one every couple minutes and they can make a whole collection of little cartoon avatars. They can make a whole lineup for a story. They could create maybe a whole matching game. You can start creating your own version of Guess Who in your classroom. The kids can create their own little avatars. They can do a digital version, mix these with Google Slides, and they can have a Guess Who game going on. It would be really easy to use these and create, and then you just click download, and you can choose what type of file. If you want SVG, PNG, you can choose your file, download, boom, you can have it. If the downloads are confusing for your kids or you don't want them downloading things, they can totally take a screenshot and have that image and then just put it on their Chromebooks. A lot of times I have kids doing that so they're not downloading a bunch of their Chromebooks because it slows them down.
Don't need that.
So there you go. Have you cranked out a person?
I have.
I can see you busily over there making your avatar person.
Yeah, I started making it to look like me, and then I was like, yeah.
But why? When you can do anything.
Yeah, and then I was like, what if he was like
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of looks like he sings songs.
Yeah, I say he looks like some sort of kind of indie singer, long hair, beard.
Like he sings, like he's like in Taking Back Sunday.
Nice.
You never loved me, Mom. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
so
not a great song to sing on Mother's Day as we record this.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Great. So there's that. But anywho, so it's a quick avatar maker, clearly very easy. There's not a bunch of extras or like teacher direction. You can just set them up, be like, here you go. They'll stay on that site, click through, make a picture, and you're good to go. I just changed the hair from like cool, spunky, funky hair to like Carol Burnett hair. Is where I'm at now. It doesn't quite fit the green face, but it looks beautiful. So cartoonize.net, a very fast avatar maker. Again, for students, they could use these little pictures for all kinds of things. They are going to be only headshots. So that's just something to note if you're looking for whole bodies. This one doesn't do whole bodies.
Sure.
But again, fast and highly entertaining to click and change all that you want to.
Yeah.
So cartoonize.net. Avatar Maker is one of the 8 billion tools that they have under the tools section. Quick highlight. We'll talk all about the AI generators another day. So there you go.
Cool.
That's our first Avatar Maker. The second one is created specifically for education. So I'll set that up. It's Pixton. It's been around for a little while. What I like about Pixton is that there are so many options for a teacher. So you sign up as a teacher, or a student can sign up and they can play around and they can either link to a teacher's classroom. So you do have that option. So app.pixton, Pixton.com, Pixton, you'll find it. So they have an avatar creator, a comic maker. You can create a class photo of your kids, which is kind of fun. There's different contact packs. There's different characters. It will create your characters. Now, something to note, Pixton gives you everything for free to start for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But then you don't have everything free forever. So that's just something to note. But you do get a solid 2 weeks of everything, so you can decide what is worth
Sure.
paying for.
And you got like 2 weeks, maybe a few more than that, weeks of school left. So
Right.
might be good, like
Sign yourself up.
Yeah.
And you can sign yourself with every email, and then you have all kinds of weeks. So anyway, but Pixin is very cool. So this is clearly made for educators and for classrooms and students. Their avatar maker, again, you can choose your skin tone. You can choose all of your hair. This one, you can choose all of your facial features, your body type, and you can choose your age, which I think is kind of cool. You can go from age 2 to adult, and they make the bodies differently. So this is a full body version. So adult bodies are more like curved versus kid bodies are shorter, those types of things. So they do have lots of options that way.
Yeah, I did notice in the cartoonized one that we just did, it was like very much, there was just one body type.
Correct.
It was all twig.
Yes. Yes. So this one, there is more shapes and choices, and it's kind of cool because in the teacher version, you can make a class photo.
Okay.
So instead of having like a picture of your students, you can have all the kids make themselves and then make a class photo based on that, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
But as noted too, they have put thought into it. So there are just different choices. Your person also has the, like, besides eye shape and color and skin color and hair type and all that kind of stuff, they also have like wheelchairs. They have different like hearing devices. They have all of those pieces in as well, along with expressions and outfit changes and height and the pose and the headwear. Like, there's just way more options with Pixin to create your avatar.
Yeah.
So it's cool to play around on for sure. Along with that, having every option on the planet and creating yourself in many different ways, you can also add fun colors to things too. They also have a comic maker. So you can either start with an idea for your comics and create it, or just create now, and kids can tell stories with their comics. There's backgrounds. They have cool different scenes to choose from. They have like weather. So if I'm making a story and it starts raining, I can add rain to my story. They have a whole comic book creator with characters, and you can choose animals, or you can choose all of these different things that you can build into there. What's also cool is you can choose like to make your own avatar in your comic. So the things that you create can go into the comic that you create. One of the backgrounds is a farm, so I chose the farm background, and there's chickens in it. But then as a character, I added a cartoon cat. So then with the chickens running around, I had the cat saying, I feel like chicken for dinner, because you can. And then you can add a horse, and then you can add stories. So they have then speech bubbles. They have objects you can add in there. You can choose which handheld props. So your character can hold a prop depending on what you want them to. And then it chooses, and all these options are like on the left-hand side. You can go choose, add all the things, your words, your faces, your actions. And on the right-hand side, then you can see the blocks of your comic strip as you create it. So it's really cool. It's a fun way to create. It would definitely keep your kids busy, but also for creative writing or putting out different pieces of writing instead of doing just a paragraph. This would be a fun and engaging way to keep kids writing and practice different things. For math, you could do story problems and have like visual story problems as they write them.
I see on their Instagram page, they've got a couple examples using it for social emotional learning, like today I feel, and like
absolutely,
flipping through some different of the facial expressions. And then also exit passes. So you can have an exit pass with the, your student's avatar on there. So it's kind of neat little way.
Different ways to build it into your classroom for sure. Awesome. And then they also have too, where you can add your own classrooms. You can add your classroom of students into here as a teacher, and you can see what your kids are doing. Again, these get into like the paid versions of stuff. But they also have like lesson ideas, intro to comics, and learn how and the process to make them so they feel like purposeful. They even have like an interactive rubric, and they have printables. So they do have lots of options there for teachers to get you started. And again, part of it's free. Then you start getting to the paid things. But it's just a very cool, engaging app creator, avatar creator for students, and I feel like it reaches all kids. Like, there's a lot of different options in there, so there's not like they all look the same.
Sure,
which I appreciate about them.
Absolutely.
And you can pick and choose outfits to kind of make them look like a ballerina, but not really. So we tried.
So, kind of solved the problem we needed. Yeah.
Correct. So yeah, there's all kinds of cool crafty creating websites you should help towards the end of the year because we are hanging on by a thread at this
We're
point.
getting there. Using all the material now.
All the things. Oh, hey, look at this cool thing. We can create some more because anything to keep them engaged the last few weeks of school.
Yeah.
I hear ya.
Yes.
So there you go. Check them out. Go create an avatar of yourself and then make it an image and then share it. And we'll put them. We'll put them all
Pixton.com.
Pixton.com. Awesomeness. Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on the app formerly known as Twitter,
X.
at SmartWI, or on Threads. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartandwi.com, or you can find me on Facebook too. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/SmartandWI or visit smartandwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep the show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. We can do it. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shannon Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do, and we'll talk to you next time, right here on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.